The man who runs the stage for the Nutcracker and makes sure everything's set and ready to go is Gary Crofts.
Flat here, please.
His team beaver away before curtain up. They prepare all the tricks which help us dancers create the illusions you see in the show.
You Drosselmeyer today?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, here's your Drosselmeyer ramp here. You step from the bridge to here. And
So this is one of the magic tricks that we have.
This hydraulic ram is pivotal to one of my entrances. I check to see I'm happy with it before each performance. Let's check. It's meant to look like Drosselmeyer's defying gravity.
Act 1 is stressful. When I was younger, the first time I did it, I was really nervous.
The Nutcracker is nerve-wracking for everyone. It involves 120 performers on stage, moving scenery, effects, explosions, and perhaps the greatest illusion of them all, the growing Christmas tree.
The tree is fantastic. The base of it is way, way under the stage. And how it grows is that this bridge actually is lifted with the tree on it. So from the audience point of view, it looks as if the tree's getting bigger, which it is, but it's actually the stage elevator coming up. It's like a huge trap. If somebody touches the edge of the bridge, it'll actually cut out. It won't work. That's what happens. And so then you're just stuck. In that situation, which has happened to us before, you have to bring the curtain down because there's no way out of it. They have to get the bridge up so the tree's in a grown position and we carry on from there.
It's a disaster if it stops, but I've been lucky enough, I've done 4 runs of it now in the new building, and it hasn't happened to me. So we've got a run of 22 now to do.
Elsewhere, Clara's naughty brother Fritz gets his comeuppance when Drosselmeyer magics him suddenly into the air.
You just get the wire put on your back and then you just go on after the owl and then they just pull you up. We had a rehearsal last weekend and it didn't go as high as it went today, so it went much higher today.
We're going to go higher. We're even going higher. The wire needs to go higher. It's a great thrill for them.
Okay, darling, let's go and do your quick change.
And if you're curious about how we control the weather in the Royal Opera House, here's how we do it.
There's 4 snow bags, and the snow bags, each snow bag is held on 2 bars, and the bars move like this, and there's holes in the back of the snowflake bags. The snowflakes fall through the holes, creates a snowfall. Depends how fast they move, how hard the snow falls.
My name's Lily House and I'm the sleigh driver. At the end of the snowflake dance, I have to carry the principals through on the sleigh, and you just operate it by pressing the forward and reverse button, and it just goes, and you have to steer it with this as well.
It's really like a grand milk float, that's what it is, a battery operated. And so when we audition from the school, we always say, has anybody got a driving license? Because if they can drive a moped or a scooter, obviously they can drive it better. Over the years, we've done really well, because, I mean, it could be disaster. I mean, they could go into the orchestra pit with it or anywhere.
Peter Wright's production of the Royal Ballet's Nutcracker is bursting with captivating surprises to complement Tchaikovsky's wonderful score. And now, you know some of its secrets.
Now that's magic.
Macmillan's pas de deux are just timeless. You can take them out of context. You can put two dancers without the costume, without the set. They'll perform that pas de deux with the incredible score, and you get it. You get it straight away. You feel the emotion. You feel what it is that Macmillan was trying to say.
He always used to say the pas de deux are like the sort of jewel, and that everything else needs to support it, as if it were a jewel in a ring, and the support are all the bits of filigree and things around it that hold the jewel up.
For the first time you see them actually dancing together in the ballroom. The pas de deux, in a way, mimic how naive they both are.
They barely touch at first and more grow into each other. But it's almost like an electric current that is separating them, but also drawing them together.
The next time they dance together in the balcony, you see them gradually loosen up with each other. And obviously that's when they genuinely fall in love. We've all felt what that feeling is like when you fall in love for the first time. And it's just tapping into that.
I think it has to have that almost dreamlike quality, because it's, they're really, what they're doing is they're speaking in her garden under the moonlight.
They are young. They're making their first steps, the first hand together, the two walking forward, just staring front. What are we going to do next, sort of thing. And then she sort of is a little bit more bold and says, "Oh, feel my heart, it's racing." And then that continues on and right through the pas de deux until we finally get the kiss at the end before she goes back to the balcony. And it's so beautifully put together, the arc of it, that I think that's what makes his choreography so special.
Act 3, they're waking up on their marriage bed. We assume they've just consummated the marriage, and Romeo has to go, and he's banished now from Verona.
Romeo has killed Tybalt. There is all of this to deal with. They've both matured overnight.
So really that's the last time they see each other alive. It's really poignant. It's really, really challenging. It's necessary to show her longing and her desperation without looking like she's just a whinger.
The pas de deux become far more abandoned and far more expressive, in the sense that they're much more hands-on. It's their whole bodies are speaking. Obviously, in the final moment, in the crypt scene, unfortunately, Romeo thinks she's dead. It's just pure loss of hope by that point.
I think Kenneth was the most extraordinary interpreter of human behaviour and emotion. He was able to express things in a pas de deux very quickly.
I think his pas de deux stand alone, and I think that's probably why we're celebrating 50 years of this production, and I have no doubts we'll be celebrating 100 years of this production, because it's timeless.
double frappé, side coup de pied.
So electricians on that.
Volley, coupe, volley, assemblée. Front and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. To the front, coupe, coupe, back, assemblée. Da 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 da. Volley front, coupe, coupe. Volley back, assemblée back. 4 brises, 2 and the 3 and the 4. To the front, coupe, coupe, to the back, assemblée. Just across the floor, one side. Here we go.
Should I stop?
No, go there. Ignore us.
We're on camera.
Oh, come on, what are we doing?
House curtain. Go. Electrics 1. Go.
microfono.
It's trying to take on the experience of Shakespeare's globe,
which is the architectural playing condition.
It's an elemental space. You're open to rain, sun, hail.
The relationship with the audience.
People fainting, people coming in when they shouldn't be.
But also that power from the audience where they really feel like they're part of the meaning making, they're part of that moment.
So we wanted to just take a bit of that unpredictability on the road, really. You can tell a globe actor.
Using the Elizabethan model, they've sort of given us something which is far better and far more experimental and far more advanced than we are at the moment.
There is a relationship to the audience.
They would have known about 26 plays at any one time.
There's a kind of an animal instinct. There's a kind of obviously a love of the language.
They would have experimented with that new work on a nightly basis in front of 1,600 people, and 1,600 people would go, yeah, I like that bit, no, don't like that bit, or ooh, never want to see that again, or yes, that's brilliant.
I love the idea of the audience deciding what show they want to see.
And that's how they would have formed the repertoire and figured out which plays people like.
Strike a pose. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. There's a brand new dance, but I don't know its name. People from bad homes do again and again.
Un diccionario sobre teatro incluye palabras como embocadura, chácena, corbata y alcahueta. La mayoría se refieren a elementos que no quedan a la vista del espectador, pero sin ellos no sería posible la representación. Esta noche queremos llegar hasta las entrañas de un teatro, conocer todo ese vocabulario, y para ello hemos elegido uno de los más antiguos de la región.
El Gran Teatro de Cáceres es un teatro a la italiana, es un teatro construido en 1926 y que surge un poco de la necesidad de la burguesía cacereña de tener un teatro en Cáceres más grande que los que habían tenido antes y mejor situado. Es a la italiana porque es recogido, porque hay varios pisos que miran todos hacia el escenario y un patio de butacas que mira hacia el escenario.
En la zona de butacas nos encontramos ya con un vocabulario específico.
El cambio de butacas que hemos tenido recientemente ha permitido, porque además se han puesto al tres bolillo, que es como se llaman, que será una palabra preciosa, pero que estaba casi en desuso. Como ven, esta butaca está entre estas dos, con lo cual entre estas dos cabezas tenemos una cabeza. Eso permite ver aún mejor los pies de los actores.
Y donde el espectador rara vez pone el pie es en el escenario. Así lo conocen los actores, que esperan su momento entre cajas. Pero para los técnicos es la tramoya, una estructura de trabajo de hasta 4 pisos y 15 metros de altura que sostiene pantallas, focos y telones.
Estamos en el escenario del Gran Teatro. Tenemos aquí ahora mismo lo que es el escenario con sus patas, que son los laterales estos de aquí. Tiene dos aperturas, tiene guillotina y americana. La guillotina se baja de arriba a abajo y luego la americana se abre de a los lados, desde el medio para los lados. Tenemos el telón de fondo o el tapón, luego tenemos el ciclorama, que es un efecto cielo para crear varios ambientes de fondo, de dar más amplitud al escenario.
Bambalina y bambalinón permiten medir las alturas y adaptar la caja escénica propuesta por cada compañía. Además, esta es la que establece los requisitos de iluminación. Aunque en los teatros modernos las varas se mueven mecánicamente, en el Gran Teatro de Cáceres el sistema es manual, con cordelerías y contrapesos que se manejan desde los puentes de tiro.
Estos son calles aquí donde normalmente los actores están aquí metidos y bueno, cuando tienen que salir o tienen que preparar algo, los tienen aquí todo preparado. Y luego ahí están los entre cajas, ¿no? Siempre se dice, está ahí entre cajas y tal. Y ellos están aquí es donde se cambian, se maquillan.
Sistemas que tienen su raíz en la parte más desconocida, pero a la vez más vertiginosa de un teatro, el peine.
Esta es la parte que nadie ve. Aquí es donde normalmente siempre estamos subiendo, tirando viento, el peine. Esto se utiliza más para hacer columpio, para subir una estructura, para colgar con los telones. Aquí siempre estamos trabajando. Aquí el peine es lo que soporta todo lo que está colgado, todo lo que está suspendido.
Si durante una función cae nieve, lo hará desde el peine. Si ves el cielo, será por el ciclorama. Si se ilumina el cantante, será con el cañón de seguimiento. Palabras cuyo significado remiten a una de las pasiones más enraizadas en el ser pensante. Y ahora sí, señoras, señores, va a dar comienzo la representación.
Thank you.